peace in the Congo. The members of parliament present at the meeting, led by Draza Atsule, expressed their satisfaction with the positive impact of the improved relations between Uganda and the DRC on the Ituri province. They attributed the restoration of peace in the region to the combined efforts of the UPDF and the Congolese forces, who successfully defeated and pushed back the rebels. Now, in other news, on to the celebrations that we're all waiting for as far as 3rd June is concerned. Now, with just a few hours left to 3rd June Martyrs Day celebrations at Namugongo Catholic Shrine, close to 1 million pilgrims have so far pitched camp there. Organizers, the media and the service providers are in last-minute rush to beat the last-time deadline.
By close of business, pilgrims from all walks of life and all parts of the country and beyond Uganda continue arriving here at Namugongo Martyrs Catholic Shrine.
We're expecting even many more people from these that you are seeing now, because if you go outside there, you will see the long queues that we have from this side of the Ankan Shrine and from the other side of Chaliwajala, and many who are just from the road still traveling to this place. So we are expecting more pilgrims to this place tomorrow, and I want to tell you, this place will be flooded.
The organizers, especially from Jinja Diocese, tells us they are ready to go.
The organizing diocese, I want to say that we are ready. As you can see, the whole place is set, the seating arrangement is done, the sound system is ready on all over, all the screens are on. Most of the foot pilgrims are here. We are now waiting for all the other pilgrims that are yet, who are still on the road, and those who are still in the long queues being cleared by the security to get in. But otherwise, I want to say that as the host, the unmeeting diocese, we are ready to go.
As our motto, Lord, increase our faith. We need to take the Uganda Martyrs as an example of faith to us.
However, the Jinja Diocese is very appreciative to the government of Uganda and His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who have been supportive towards this whole arrangement.
The President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with his entire government, gave us 2 billion. 2 billion. The Vice President, Her Excellency Jessica Alupo, gave us 100 million. The Speaker of Parliament gave us 20 million. Parliament as a whole gave us over 100 million. Centenary Bank gave us 35 million. MTN gave us 20 million. And many other have given us money. So,
according to Paul Baliraine, the chairperson of the Central Organizing Committee from Jinja Diocese, the assistance gotten from government and individuals is what is going to make this day look colorful.
We have collected money beyond our budget. That's why, and we have decided to sink that money into this function. That's why you see the kind of decoration. That's why you see the kind of lighting. If you're here at night, you will see the kind of lighting.
Barambaru Garhara, the events promoter, is one of the service providers here at Namugongo Catholic Martyrs Shrine.
We are set. We have put in place sound that can cover the entire area or this arena. We have put in place sound to cover this ground, and we have put in place 10 giant screens that can accommodate close to 100,000 people.
The media houses, they're also taking center stage in making sure that they prepare to ensure that they give a befitting coverage come tomorrow, 3rd June 2023.
Expect a 360-degree coverage for Namugongo on Radio 4 tomorrow after Namugongo's show.
So, as the year begins, we prepare as a media house to make sure that all the believers in Uganda, those that may not make it to the shrine or to the site of the Anglicans, get to have the prayers and the celebrations in their houses. So we are so prepared in the sense that we give out Namugongo in the sense of our production line and the news line as newsroom.
We have 3 locations so far. We have the Catholic sites and we have the Anglican sites, and we have another location which is Chaliwajala. So each team is composed of 9 people.
With just a few hours remaining to the D-Day of the Martyrs Day celebrations here at the Catholic Shrine in Namugongo, We expect to give you the live proceedings of this event as UBC TV, as all has been put in place to ensure that this event comes live on your TV and on your waves from Namugongo.
Are prepared in both lines. All the programming is in line with the celebrations of the Martyrs, and all the news, like 80% of the news production in UBC, is lined up for the Martyrs celebration to keep the Christians in Uganda, especially in the Catholic and Anglican domain, in line with the celebration.
I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here at Namugongo.
Amazing updates. Well, a few years back, Anglicans gathered in tents celebrating Uganda Martyrs on 3rd June. Currently, the story is different. A newly constructed arena at a tune of 13 billion Uganda shillings is in place and fits the honor.
What used to host 400 Martyrs Day celebrants now hosts more than 100,000 celebrants, all seated comfortably. Just like in Isaiah 65 verse 21 that says that they will build for me a house and I will dwell in them. 7 years ago, the top clergy under the Anglican Church put to light former Archbishop Mpalanyi Nkoyoyo's dream of constructing an amphitheater to host pilgrims during Martyrs Day celebrations. Put into perspective, the magnificent arena is 80% complete, and one can hail the government of Uganda under President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the construction.
I am so grateful for the development of this place, because as the one who was a student here, I can see the far we have come from. We can say, like the message from Samuel, thus far the Lord has brought us. I can see where God is really taking us from shame to fame. And I'm so grateful. What happened here long time ago, which was actually a mess for the younger men here, it has become a message for all people.
What remains is the construction of the 3.5 billion shillings church structure within the premises. When complete, the construction cost 13.3 billion shillings, raised by both government, the church and well-wishers, similarly to that of the Catholic Martyrs Shrine.
Because people are coming to do pilgrimage and commemorate the martyrs, when we have built a special place for the pilgrimages. Everyone is going to sit properly and listen properly and see the view is very good. So there's comfortability, which hasn't been the same in the past.
And as a world-class tourist attraction center, the amphitheater will not only boost tourism around the shrine, but offer the beauty, magnifying worship mainly on such days like the Martyrs Day celebrations.
Archbishop waffe yawummula taata mukama muwummuze mirembe enkooyooyo kubanga olwaleero bino bye tulaba wano nga Namugongo akyuse twebaza Katonda olwa taata
kubanga buli kiriwo kati kipya waliba abakulu we batuulanga bateekangawo miti ne batindirawo.
Every 3rd June, thousands gather commemorating 13 Anglican martyrs and 12 Catholic who were burned to death for their refusal to renounce Christianity. Ngabo Emon, reporting for UBC TV.
With less than 3 hours left to the celebrations of the Uganda Martyrs Day on 3rd June, we focus on a man who shaped the destiny of religion in Uganda. Don't keep guessing. The man we highlight is Paul Chibuka Amosingula, who is in this context of Martyrs Day, fondly known as Mukajanga.
Around this time every year, the name Mukajanga rings a bell in the mind of many believers. He is the man who between 1885 and 1887 helped shape religion in Uganda when, on orders of Kabaka Mwanga, implemented the execution of 45 pages that later became Martyrs. His action to date remains one that polarizes public opinion. Many that follow history of Uganda, especially the Buganda Kingdom, concur that he acted on orders of Kabaka Mwanga. At a time, kingship was treasured. But the same people still argue that he was ruthless in execution of his duty, which was achieved with him at the helm, but with several subordinates.
He was the head of the team which was doing the execution, and a cruel man. I think it was very cruel. Yali musajja muwulize eri Kabaka eyamutumanga okukola emirimu egyo, naye siyinza kumuyita nti yali mutukuvu. Naye yali okola mulimu gwa busirikale bwe. Nga bwolaba ennaku zino abasirikale bonna bwe bafaanana.
Kyemumanyiko bamukajanga bagamba nti senga teyali mukajanga kukola kikolwa kye yakola senga na mugongo teriiwo. Era bino byonna bye tulaba lwa mukajanga kukola kye yakola.
Mukajanga kyemwogerako nti wamamba nga nange bwendi ekyo kyenyinza omwogerako naye osanga singa ebyo tebyaliwo singa olwaleero tetuli wano.
Born Akibuka Musigula in the 1800s at Buyoga Mwera Kakiri Wakiso district, the Mukajanga name was added by the Kabaka as explained by one from his lineage, who currently is attached to Buganda Kingdom.
Kabaka bwe yamulonda okugamba nti gwe mumbo omukulu era nkuwadde ekigwa kyo kiri Namugongo b'ettambiro. Yasanyuka nnyo ne yeekajanga era erinnya lya Mukajanga we lyatandikira kubanga Kabaka yagamba akasajja kano nga keekajanze nnyo.
At a very tender age, Mukajanga was referred to the king's palace where he served as a page under Mutesa I and Mwanga, growing through the ranks and progressing to one of the most revered but equally feared rank of chief executioner. Mukajanga's act distanced him from the church and didn't put him in high regard that he expected from the kingdom. But whereas many shunned Mukajanga and in fact still do, his family that has gone through spells of public stigma holds him highly and composed a song in his honor.
I'm here to reaffirm that we are not fighting Christianity per se. We are here to fight the stigma associated with our great-grandfather Mukajanga's actions, which when you look at them at the action critically, spiritually, it is the reason as to why we are celebrating the Uganda Martyrs today. And so for celebrating Uganda Martyrs, it brings in many tourists and pilgrims to come and see the changes that happened after the death of the Martyrs.
Mukajanga's death coincided with the 1900 agreement and was first buried at Kibiri along Busabala Road before being interred at Mwera Buyoga in Wakiso district in 1905. The family annually gathers to honor a man who diligently served the kingdom and in the process put a new face to Christianity in Uganda.
Most of people think that Mukajanga was the wrong person, but he was not the wrong person, I think, because as you see, he was under command of his king, Kabaka Mwanga. He couldn't refuse to obey his king. For us, we call him a royal guard of Kabaka Mwanga.
2019 will go down as historic for them because at the invite of the Archbishop Kazimba Mugalu, the family was part of the congregation at the Anglican Shrine on Martyrs Day. From then, the family moved towards protection of the Mukajanga family legacy, which is still a work in progress, that will need the church, Buganda Kingdom, and government.
We as the grandchildren of Mukajanga, we feel it could be important for for those who are pilgriming to Namugongo also to have a chance to visit this place so that we can remember exactly the people they are celebrating in Namugongo. The executor was from this place. So if a Christian wants to prove exactly where Mukajanga was buried, you have to visit this place, Buyonga, Mwera, Kachiri sub-county in Wakiso district.
Contrary to what many believe is true, the Mukajanga family is vast and spread as far as Tanzania and many parts of Uganda. Of these, the eldest alive is Kate Bulia, who resides in Makerere at what many call Kikumi Kikumi. Her place of abode is testimony that the Mukajanga family honors and respects not only the government, but also the church and Buganda Kingdom. This is also evidenced by the steps Mukajanga took close to ending of his life innings, when he converted and, like in the Bible, moved from Saul and died as Paul. O hail Kibuka Musigula Mukajanga, the royal and loyal servant that through performing of his Buganda Kingdom Palace role shaped Christianity and elevated Uganda.
Now on to the same theme, Martyrs Day, slated for 3rd June. Now, for the first time in 147 years of celebrating the Uganda Martyrs Day, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council also organized celebrations of their 100 Muslim martyrs that were killed on the orders of Kabaka Mutesa I, not Kabaka Mwanga, as it was the case with the Christian martyrs. The Muslim martyrs were killed in different places of Mulungu Munyonyo, Natete Site Mosque, Kasubi Mosque at Nabulagala, Namungona Salef Site Mosque, Kawempe Mbogo Site and Namugongo Site, where many were killed and buried.
Tetulamaga wabula tusoma busomeddwa oba kubasabira abantu abo abafiirye eddiini y'obusiraamu ng'ate kiri ne mu Qur'ani okubeera nga tujjukira abafu baffe abasobola okufa ne wano omwami olwalabu tubaita bashuuda
oba twaluteekawo okujjukira abasiraamu baffe abafiirira obusiraamu tusalawo okubasabira eri Katonda akkirize obuvumu bwe baaliko obw'okufiirira obusiraamu.
Abaddako okuttibwa Koose Kabaka Kiweewa oyo eyalya olukwe mu basiraamu eyabayita bajje balabe nga bw'atayirirwa ate n'abalyamu olukwe ne batirimbulwa butirimbulwa.
Baajeemera Kabaka okulya ennyama gye yali asaze.
Kubanga Kabaka yakozesa obuyinza bungi. Abaana bekola bwenfuga ennaku zino.
Twakyusibwa ne tuggyibwa ku lunaku olwa mukadde waffe lwe yatongoza Idi Amin Dada olwa 3 Ogwomukaaga. Ne tuzzibwa ku lunaku olwa lubereberye Ogwomukaaga. Nkunga abasiraamu bonna ng'olina obulumi nsooka kubakunga basooke bajje e Namugongo basome ebyafaayo. Mbakunga babe n'obulumi bajje tukuŋŋaane tusabire baganda baffe abo abattibwa olw'eddiini.
Moving on, Christians from far and wide continue to pour in at Namugongo ahead of this year's Martyrs Day celebrations are slated for this Saturday. Sampling the demographics of the pilgrims, there is clear evidence that people of all ages are represented. We caught up with 89-year-old Sebastian Aserowati, who, despite of being a Catholic, this time round he will worship with the Anglicans for personal reasons.
"89-year-old Sebastian Seruwaji is one of the thousands of pilgrims that have pitch camped at Namugongo Anglican site ahead of Saturday's Martyrs Day celebrations. At his age, he claims to have walked all the way from Namayumba sub-county in Wakiso district to Namugongo.
Katonda alibawera abakola obulungi kakunywere tufubeera.
Despite being a Catholic by faith, Sebastian has this time round decided to worship with the Anglicans with the sole purpose of capturing the attention of both the Archbishop and the President. He has got a message for them both. Sebastian's decision to do this follows numerous attempts to meet these principles in their offices, but in vain. With the fact that all religions worldwide preach love and peace for one another, Sebastian is perturbed by the continuous bloodshed in the different nations. He wants this to end soonest, and to ensure this starts with him sharing the technique with both President Museveni and Archbishop Samuel Kazimba Mugalu.
East Africa, leero ne mwaka kiiko kuja kubagenda okwerondamu kabaya kayamba okutabaganya abantu ababeera wali okutategeeragana. Kigenda kiranda bwekityo leero nafulana nejje n'abakulu abalala b'ensikirano n'abakulu abalala ab'amadiini bonna beegattire mu lukiiko olwo basobole okutabaganya abantu abo entalo bijja kuggwawo ng'ekikolebbwa.
Away from Sebastian, this is Christian Namulondo, a 78-year-old widow from Bugembe, Usoga sub-region. Like other pilgrims, Namulondo has a set of prayer requests, chief of them being total healing from life-threatening diseases.
Bantu alijinja mdwaliro abasawo ne bagamba nti amaaso gakulongoosebwa ne tugenda ku dokita n'agamba amaaso galina musaayi mungi, amaaso ago ga puleesa, n'agamba sijja gakolokota gayinza okulemerayo, naye amaaso galemye. Ne banongoosa olubuto luno nga lulinga ng'olimu omwana, ne balusala bagenda okulaba ng'ekyenda kyezingako bwe kiti.
The other request is the desire to own a home because she is tired of staying at her daughter's home.
Kunsabirako njagala buyambi tusabire Katonda ampe poloti oba ettaka nga lirimu n'ennyumba. nkoyo okutuula lubako kibi nnyo nkoye mukama bw'anaaba anyambye nsaba bituukirire.
Namulondo is disgruntled with government, which she accuses of sidelining people like her. She has never benefited from any government program despite being needy. A pan around this congregation reveals the fact that matters of faith know no age limit. All are children before God. Dorcas Kimono, UBC TV News.
Great faith and inspiration. Now another update that the story of martyrdom in Uganda climaxes at Namugongo, the chief execution site where a total of 45 martyrs were burned to death following their refusal to denounce Christianity. A number of reports suggest that before the famous killings of the martyrs, numerous executions were carried out at Namugongo of different victims who went against the laws of the land in Buganda Kingdom and defied the Kabaka's orders. Information stemming as far as 1776 suggests that the then Kabaka, known as Chabangu, gazetted Namugongo as an execution site for whoever disobeyed him. Unique about the matters, though, is that they were slayed for the love of their faith, a development that also marked the end of bloodshed, thus planting the seed of martyrdom.
The history of the present-day Namugongo execution site is one tainted with various theories, but all rotates around the then Buganda king's urge to get rid of disobedient subjects. Originally, the burning of disobedient subjects began at Gombola, Mengo, the place of sacred fire, and ended at Nachianja, the site of execution. The holy fire never went off unless a king died and was reignited on the entry of another king.
And the princesses were killed at Namugongo. If you are sentenced to death by the king for whatever reason, and the king sentences you to death, Namugongo, and you commit a grave offense like the Uganda Martyrs were accused of being disobedient, Namugongo. All of those who feared to engage, who feared to accompany the king when he's attacking other kingdoms, and they find you, Namugongo. It started before martyrdom, so it was a place where they used it to kill people who were related to the king or the relatives, and the other people within the palace, they were killed from here. Those ones who were not related to the palace were killed maybe from Busega or Munyonyo or Bwayise. But these ones, because they were pigs related to the palace, so they were brought here at Namugongo.
Execution of the Ugandan martyrs is said to have been sparked off when the Kabaka lost his spear while hunting. On return, he could not find his pegs in the palace as they had presumably gone to attend Christianity lessons. The new religion had been introduced.
They were not there in the palace, so it annoyed him the more. And because of some myths which were said about Christianity and about the Bazungu, so he thought that they had come to take over his kingdom. So now he ordered for the killing of those ones who had accepted. So they had a choice, either to give up on Christianity or to accept and be killed.
The newly converted Christians seemed strong in their faith and would not surrender. These would soon be gathered to embark on their journey to the execution site, as this was gazetted for their killing, being close to the palace.
We have this tree. We start with the prison. inside there. The prison, it is where they were kept for some time, but also they could be got from there, go and fetch firewood which was used for burning them.
The journey to Namgongo was a tough one, characterized by suffering. Some would hardly move and so were just dragged on their backs, Emigongo, to the final place, thus its present-day name, Namgongo. It is here that they would come face to face with Mukajanga, the chief executor. Mukajanga occasionally ordered their torture that lasted for days. Engulfed in fear of losing their children, mothers sat helplessly wailing as they pleaded for forgiveness on their children's behalf.
Some were castrated, others were cut into pieces, others were pierced.
It is after gruesome torment that they were taken to the burning site. Some had died, whereas others would be burnt alive.
Then from here, you could be taken to the burning place there. Some of them were burnt alive. They were not yet dead. Others were already dead. Others, because some were chopped into smaller pieces.
The burning was to ensure everything was over for the newly converted Christians as a way of wiping out Christianity.
To make sure that everything has been what? Finished. No hope. No hope. So you have been burnt. Let's see what can happen.
Then there was one Nalumansi Kalala, the only woman reported to have been among those killed at the time.
She was among the first people to be killed. But when they went to kill her, she fought back. So in the process of fighting, they overpowered her and killed her. Now the question is, was she ready to die for her faith? That's why the church did not consider her as one of the Uganda martyrs.
Consequently, the execution terrorized the communities, forcing some people to flee the area. The remains of these martyrs were later picked after some time by the then chief Chisosonkole, who is said to have kept them at his home. Chisosonkole would later offer land from where the church was constructed.
So he came and he collected the remains, he kept them somewhere, he was told at his home. Then after, that church which is inside, the one which you have seen down there, was built, and then in 1937, then the remains were laid there for Catholics and Anglican.
As Christians prepare to celebrate this year's Martyrs' Day, they are challenged to focus on praying and worshipping the Lord than eating and other forms of enjoyment. Miria Nwumcha, UBC News.
In more updates, Agnes Taka, Bujiri District Woman Member of Parliament, who missed out being a nun, will present the second reading on the D-Day of 3rd June. In our UBC News edition this evening, Taka Wanjuli narrates to us the ordeal of missing out to be a nun, and of course to our reporter Robert Onyango.
We are proud Catholics, and we are proud to associate with the Catholic Church.
This is Agnes Taka Wichuli, born on 3rd April 1980 in the then Greater Iganga district, which later turned to be Bugiri. Taka is a strange Catholic.
We grew up from Iganga because our father was working there, but we often visited home.
Being a Catholic was not by coincidence, but rather this is how she was brought up by her parents.
My mother is a convert from the Muslim background, but my father, my aunties are very, very staunch Catholics.
A graduate of social sciences from Makerere University, Taka went to Iganga Girls Secondary School And after her education career, Taka served in Bugiri district as a community officer before taking interest in politics.
And of course, with my religious background and by training, I felt I would use the position of a member of parliament to have influence, first of all, on the decisions that are made at national level on issues that affect our people.
The political dream might have not been near. However, the exit of Kasule Justin Lumumba from the politics of Bugiri gave a green light to the then youthful Taka.
There was a gap, and they were looking for who is this girl who will take on this mantle and step into the shoes of this lady. So we presented ourselves, a number of us, and well, I emerged as a winner.
Taka has been in office as a member of parliament for Bugiri district for now 3 consecutive terms. She is now having a bigger dream.
So I don't want to live and people cannot remember what I did. I really want to leave a legacy behind, and I believe I've already started doing some things that will live in people's minds forever.
Prior to joining university and subsequently politics, she thought of serving the Lord as a nun, but this dream did not see light.
Actually, at one moment, I thought I should be a nun because they were my friends and I used to associate with them. But, well, I didn't share it with anybody, so there was nobody to. I fought it internally until I gave up.
Despite of the dream of becoming a nun, she acknowledges the efforts of the church in this region.
The Catholic Church, we pride in it so much, actually, because even us here, we look at ourselves as products of their services. We have the Little Sisters of St. Francis, who are almost in every district, I can say. They have schools, they have health centers.
Come 3rd June 2023, Agnes Taka will this time round go to Namugongo Catholic Shrine, not only as a spectator, but this time to present the second reading.
In the second reading, they wanted somebody to represent the married couples. So, being a married woman leader, it creates, it presents a picture of a role model to the rest. So I emerged as a suitable person.
This has been one of her lifetime dreams, and she says she is ready to take on the mantle. As Jinja Diocese admits this year's Martyrs Day liturgy at Namugongo, Agnes Taka says there is a lot to cherish.
We present ourselves as Busoga with our tradition, dances and instruments, which are very, very attractive. But of course, we have blended it with all the other tribes of Uganda because we are all living together in harmony.
Jinja Diocese last admitted Mass at Namugongo 20 years ago, and they are now back in yet a thunderous style. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Well, it's a well done for the team on site and all the other reporters that have given us those wonderful updates. And as a national broadcaster, we're proud to do that. Shortly after these messages, I return with more news. Keep watching.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanyi kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is the future of Uganda. And as a policy maker, the policies I enact today
will protect her from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *100 *10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100 *10 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100 *10 hash to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
The Ministry of Health will conduct yellow fever preventive mass vaccination campaign for all persons aged 9 months up to 60 years. These people should have never been vaccinated against yellow fever. The yellow fever campaign will be conducted in phases, with the first phase covering districts in the regions of Arua, Gulu, Lira, Kabare, Kabarore, and Hoima. The campaign will begin on the 9th of June and end on the 13th of June 2023 and will be conducted in all government health facilities and outreach posts. All parents and caregivers are requested to take their children aged 9 months to the nearest health facility and outreach posts to get vaccinated against yellow fever disease. All adults aged up to 60 years but have never been vaccinated should go to health facilities and vaccination outreach posts to get vaccinated against yellow fever. Ministry of Health calls upon everybody to report any person who presents with signs and symptoms such as yellowing of eyes, fever, headache, muscle pain, feeling of vomiting or nausea, vomiting, and general body weakness or fatigue to the nearest health facility or health worker immediately for medical attention. This could be yellow fever. Yellow fever vaccine is a single dose given once in a lifetime. The yellow fever vaccine is safe, effective, and free. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Gavi and partners.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go is for you only. Mundava. Best group is I teach you. When I go to which the school, because of the camera is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What can I work? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you got your sugar. We buy milk from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, wait.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga. Awamu teri kitulema.
Welcome back. Pleasure to have your company. It's good to know that you're watching and following the national broadcaster. Now, more updates before we let you go enjoy your night. A section of Muslims from Idi Amin Mosque today demonstrated in Lira City to show their dissatisfaction with the planned visit by their Mufti Sheikh Shaban Mubaje. With a number of placards, the angry Muslims marched from Idi Amin Mosque to the RCC's office, where they delivered a petition intended to call off the visit by Mufti tomorrow.
A section of Muslims in Lira held a demonstration in protest of the planned visit by the Supreme Mufti Sheikh Shaban Mubaje. From Idi Amin Mosque, they marched through Obote Avenue up to the RCC's office to deliver their petition. The angry Muslims, led by Salim Isa, the in-charge of Muslim cemetery in Lira, took to the streets to express their grievances with the Kampala leadership.
Is coming here to again cause chaos.
In their placards, the youthful Muslims are concerned that the visit is intended to promote disunity with the aim of confiscating their valuable properties in the cities.
Coming here grab our cemetery where we bury our people. He has utilized all Muslim properties and he wanted to finish. Can we keep quiet about this one?
At the RCC's office, they were intercepted by the DPC Lira, Joseph Bakaleke.
From wherever you have come from up to here, without notifying us as security, that one is wrong. Yes. Okay? Yes. And you should never repeat it.
3 leaders were then allowed to deliver the petition to the RCC, Lawrence Gole.
Last time you saw what happened, almost 1 month, even our Muslims, others even disappeared. They don't even pray because the mosque was closed. And that thing is going to bring shedding of blood, which I've seen ahead.
So there's no way this office can stop anybody from moving to any part of the country. But what I'm going to tell you, and we are going to sit down and look into your matters, and we shall guide you accordingly. For now, I ask you to go back and maintain calm.
In his response on phone, the Secretary General Uganda Muslim Supreme Council insisted the trip will not be called off. Muhammad Ali Aloma said the trip to be held at Tasha Hotel is to orient Muslim leadership in the entire northern region.
Which mandate do they have? Have they gone through the structures of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council to stop Mufti from coming? There are people who are fighting because they were left out, and they are the ones now trying to bribe and mobilize some few people to support their agenda.
He urged the aggrieved Muslims to channel their grievances through the Sora Council. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
In more news, stakeholders who are in the line of fighting for land rights have been urged to sensitize communities to know their land and resource rights under the law so as to be able to foster proper investments on their land. This call was made by the German Technical Corporation GIZ Rural Development Cluster Coordinator Blaya Olongina during the 3rd National Multi-Stakeholders Dialogue on Responsible Investment on Land held at Nile Resort Hotel, Jinja.
The dialogue was organized by German Technical Corporation GIZ that supports partner countries in setting the right framework for land governance. Peace Nabakembo from the Ministry of Lands said in 2015 the Ministry of Lands began its collaboration with GIZ on the responsible land policy to promote formalized land use and land ownership rights.
Economic development and land investment is a key success factor, but I would say responsible land investment is crucial.
She thanked the European Union, GIZ and German government for the continued support to the land sector and for funding the project.
So I want to thank GIZ, whom we've been implementing this project together, for spearheading the necessary reforms in the land sector, particularly the review of the national land policy.
As European Union, we have been supporting this project at the same level that we support other land-related programs, being customary land, being Milo land, and all of them we always really put foremost the right of the land.
Peter Mulamira, a director of business development at Uganda Investment Authority, said together with Ministry of Local Government, they will make sure that more investors are on ground and that this will enhance job creation.
And ensure that the local governments under the Ministry of Local Government are well structured and are well composed to facilitate this process.
Regina Acheng, a goat farmer in Katakwi district, said farmers have to be assisted legally and otherwise in order to register their land.
First of all, the farmers have to register their land and they need legal help because for them alone they cannot manage. They need the help of the government. The legal authorities need to support those investors because the way I saw them,
a total of 70 participants from central, eastern and northern regions of Uganda participated and also had field tour to Busoga Forestry Company in Mayuge district where they visited a tree nursery bed. Sudat Kaye and Stephen Kayumba, UBC News.
Well, let us look at the performance on the money markets and Uganda Securities Exchange, as Patricia Lukoma explains in the financial markets update. Well, the shilling traded at 3,736.46 buying and 3,746.46 selling, a depreciation witnessed against the dollar. It continued to appreciate further against the pound and the euro as previewed.
In our financial markets, let's start off with the forex market, where the shilling traded at 3,736.46 buying and 3,746.46 selling, a depreciation witnessed against the dollar. Since Monday, we have seen a depreciative path on the shilling against the dollar and other currencies. Today, it continued to depreciate further against the pound and the euro and the East African currencies as previewed. On the Uganda Securities Exchange at the close of this week, the Uganda Securities Exchange has recorded a total of 3.1 million shares exchanging hands to a total turnover of 47.6 million shillings. Activity on the counter was minimal as we witnessed all prices remaining constant. National Insurance Corporation was the second performer with a turnover of 14.6 million shillings and recorded a total volume of 2.9 million shares exchanging hands. MTN's performance recorded a turnover of 24.8 million shillings, trading only 150,000 shares at 165 shillings per share. Umeme traded 14,900 shares at 440 shillings per share. Sipla traded at 70 shillings per share with no transaction exchanging hands. SBU was the last performer this weekend with only 2 deals on the counter, recording a turnover of 1,534 shillings versus a volume of 59 shares exchanging hands. The Uganda Securities Exchange this week has witnessed National Insurance Corporation NIC, MTN and SBU Stanbic Bank Uganda Limited put activity on the bows and delivering performance into volumes of shares exchanging hands. More outstanding offers are on the counter for short-term and long-term investors. For UBC News, I'm Patricia Lukoma.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 100 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 100 star 10 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 100 star 10 hash to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
UBC News Tonight. Now on to sports this Friday. Emirates, the world's largest airline and official partner of Arsenal FC, has been working with the club to reunite fans all over the world via their Global Gunners campaign. After being selected as the ultimate Global Gunner, winner Adrian Ntwatwa, a Ugandan national aged 33 living in Kenya, was flown via Nairobi to London with Emirates, where he received the matchday experience of a lifetime.
Day stadium tours, prime positions to see players arrive off the bus and warm up pitch side.
Thank you so much for keeping us company, following up these updates from 8 p.m. and still for this particular newscast that came your way from the hour of 10 p.m. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Be sure to join us tomorrow, 3rd June 2023, as we give you all the updates that we're coming through from Namugongo as we celebrate Martyrs Day. Our team is already on ground, camping there to give you those updates you won't miss out. Be sure to choose the national broadcaster. Well, from the entire team behind the scene, thank you for watching. Wish you a beautiful night and God bless you. We love you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Tompa birara irisiti ojja kumpa irisiti tompa birara irisiti ojja kumpa irisiti tompa birara mpa irisiti yange.
That's right. Insist on getting your e-receipt. It's your ticket to fantastic prizes, including motorbikes, laptops, fridges, and a fully paid 6-day safari for 2 in Uganda. Take a picture of your e-receipt, upload it to the URA website or mobile app, and you could be the lucky winner. The more receipts you upload, the higher your chances of winning. Terms and conditions apply. More details on our social media channels.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda.